Excuse me, who are you? And what the hell did I just watch?
Hi, 5秒前。4、3、2。
Perfect Blue was released in 1998 and was the directorial debut of the late great Satoshi Kon. And this film is about Mima, a pop star who moves on from her life of singing to become an actress. And this past weekend, not only did I finally get to watch it for the first time, but I got to watch it for the first time in theaters as part of a special lineup called Anime Expo Cinema Nights. I don't entirely know the purpose for this lineup, but for the next few months, Anime Expo will be re-releasing a few different anime movies, such as Ghost in the Shell, Tokyo Godfathers, Paprika, and of course one of my personal favorites,
Get ready for the world of bebop.
You don't know how excited I am to finally get to see that in theaters. But to start off this lineup was Perfect Blue, which is a movie I've had on my list for years. And going into this movie, I went in completely cold. I had very little of an idea of what it was about, I didn't know any key plot points, and the most I kinda knew about it was a few key images here and there. Now let me ask some of you something. For those of you who have experienced this movie, oh, you're completely fine. You go right ahead and watch the rest. But, for the rest of you who have not seen Perfect Blue, let me ask you a question. Do you like your mind? Like your brain? Well, if you decide to watch this film, congratulations, your mind is 100% guaranteed to get fucked! You may think this is just about a singer wanting to become an actress at first, but it's actually a psychological mindfuck about this girl possibly going completely insane from the pressure of changing careers and the fear of someone watching her every move in the distance. And as it goes on, it gets a lot harder to tell what is reality and what is all in Mima's head, and you really do start to question her insanity and whether or not this is all actually happening, if it's a dream or part of the movie she's acting in, and towards the middle, I started to lose a little bit. But in all the best ways, because I cannot remember the last time I was so eager to know how a movie ended, and I never knew where this was going, and once it was over, I was like, that was freaking phenomenal. And at the same time, I had no idea what to think about it. But again, in all the best ways. One thing I've always admired about this director is the unique art style in all of his films. This is an anime movie, but the characters aren't designed like other animes, where they have gigantic eyes that take up a good majority of their face, and they all look like they've just eaten rainbows. The characters in Satoshi Kon's films are all designed to look as real as possible, and that is one thing I really admired about Perfect Blue. The only other film I had seen from this director before Perfect Blue was Tokyo Godfathers, and compared to this movie, that was tame as hell. And besides this being a complete mindfuck of a movie, it can get pretty intense here and there. This is a film about finding one's own identity, and Mima will do whatever it takes to figure that out, even if it means doing a lot of things that she is not comfortable with. There's one scene that's kind of hard to watch because she's acting a specific scene in a movie she's in, and yeah, you know it's acting, but the way it plays out and just the fact that you know she doesn't want to do it doesn't really give you a good feeling inside at all. I mean, it's not supposed to, but it's like, you just don't like watching it. And even though this isn't what I would really call a horror film, it's definitely more of a thriller, it can be very scary. It did get under my skin at points, and it is one that will always stick with me, and I will never forget seeing it for the first time, especially since I saw it in theaters. It does get to a point where the movie is so insane that it does feel all over the place, but it is so clever with its storytelling, creative ideas, the psychological thriller aspect, and a twist that does take some thinking that it all makes complete sense in the end. I also think it's really cool that Darren Aronofsky loves this movie so much that he used elements of it for his films like Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan, and he also bought the rights to it just so he could use that inspiration for his movies. And I always love it when directors are heavily inspired by something like anime, that they will incorporate elements of it into their films, kind of like Michael B. Jordan with Creed 3. And I'm just gonna randomly bring something up from the movie. At one point, you hear this news report in the background about this woman and her son cramming themselves into a shopping cart for some reason, and I was like, is that in some way gonna come back into the movie? No, it doesn't, but I'm just like, I really want to just see that play out.
Guess I can't do that.
On the lighter side of the news, a mother and her 6-year-old son today tried to fit themselves into a shopping cart at a local grocery store.
I always like looking into Mima's room. I'm linked with you. I've put up a link to Mima's room. What the heck? Huh?
But as a whole, Perfect Blue is fantastic and one of the best anime films out there. I don't think I could really recommend it to non-anime fans, but honestly, this isn't like other animes, and if you are interested, I'd say give it a shot. There are a lot of anime things out there that I would 100% call anime, like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, or Demon Slayer, but this more falls into the category of a movie that's just animated in that style, and it's its own thing. But for diehard anime fans who haven't experienced this masterpiece, this is a must-watch. And I've referred to this as an experience a couple times, and when I say that, it very much is. And I'm definitely going to give Perfect Blue an A+. And when it comes to these retro reviews, I would love to do these a lot more, but it just depends on what my schedule is like and what movies I gotta see throughout the week. And also, that intro at the beginning, that's my new retro reviews intro. Hope you like it. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on the notification bell. I'll be back later with more reviews. See you then.